Welcome to the Fantasy Fling DFS channel. Take a break from the season-long commitment and join us for all things daily fantasy sports. DraftKings Daily Drafts, the newest and hottest DFS deals, and all the best ball and DFS content you can handle. All right, let's dive headfirst into this episode.
Fantasy Fling DFS channel. Wanted to look back first. I'm going to jump into the week 14 daily drafts, but kind of wanted to look back on both drafters, see what's working over there, as far as stacking, lineup construction overall, and then also underdog as well. Want to look at the daily drafts and the weekly winners. We have weekly winners coming up for the playoffs, so you get another shot at this thing. So definitely something we want to take a look at. I'm going to start with the Sunday Will. This is one thing I love about this contest is it's much more easy to win it and to be in it. As you see here, almost won this thing week 12, third place. So, it's not a 5,000, 60,000, type contest. You could put a single bullet in this thing as I typically enter all these, and you could potentially win it. So let's go ahead and take a look at, kind of what was winning these contests. So we got Starboy this week. Big board. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Okay, perfect. So this is the lineup that won first place. And it was a Josh Allen to Gabe Davis stack. And this was the week that they went against Philly. That game went off, and there were no bringbacks. So it was Josh Allen to Gabe Davis. And then we had Travis Etienne, Derrick Henry, Tank Dell, who, sucks that he got hurt because he's been such a constant, Mike Evans, and Travis Kelce and Kyron Williams. So, one thing you'll notice with the drafters, daily drafts versus underdog, the roster construction, the lineups, there's a lot more room, right? So you get quarterback, 2 running backs, 3 wide receivers, a tight end, and a flex. So, certainly a different style. I certainly like that. Second place had Josh Allen, Kyron Williams, Henry, and another Stephon Diggs. Now, this did have a Devonta Smith bring back, was so close, but Diggs, Pittman, Smith, Kelce, and Jerome Ford. And then your boy, Fantasy Fling, in third place. I had Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs. So that was the difference. If I had just got Allen to Gabe Davis, I would have smoked these fools because, all right, I guess if I just not played DeAndre Swift, right, at 9 points, certainly could have done a lot better. Now, I think I kind of overstacked this game a little bit, and that's where I messed up. So I went DeAndre Swift. The game environment went off, but the guys that I had here, specifically Swift, weren't the guys that I needed. So that killed me, but overall, I was very close. The rest of the lineup pretty much smashed, and damn, Kyron Williams was the guy that you needed. So that was week 12. Let's take a look at week 13. Doesn't want to show week 13 for some reason. All right, there we go. We'll go to the top of the leaderboards. So week 13, we had Jalen Hurts. This was last week. So Hurts at 23 points. Didn't do a whole lot, right? But, they lost the game. They got smoked. But, him and Devonta Smith with a Christian McCaffrey bring back got there. Alvin Kamara smashed. We had Nico Collins, Puka Nacua, Sam Laporta, and Kyron Williams. So, stacking remains important. We're going to go ahead and look over at Underdog now. Like I said, their lineup construction going to be a little bit different. So let's, since I review them every week, we'll just go right into the Battle Royale and see what took it down. And then we'll also take a look at weekly winners. So the top lineup was a Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel stack. There were no Philly bringbacks. Kamara, Devin Achane, welcome back. He smashed again. And so did Tyreek Hill. So you had a secondary stack here of Tyreek Hill and Devin Achane. And then you had Sam Laporta. So this whole lineup was stacked. You had Sam Laporta and Alvin Kamara, Devin Achane, Tyreek Hill, and then you had Brock Purdy, Deebo Samuel. So really good stuff. Second place, Purdy, Kamara. And the actual stack was Purdy to Deebo. And you had the same thing. So Kamara, Laporta. And then this one had Tyreek Hill. So only one running back with this one. But Hill, Pittman, and Deebo smashed with the wide receivers. A couple stacks in there. And then let's see what third place did. So this third place did not have the Kamara to Laporta stack. It had Purdy to Deebo with a Devonta Smith bring back, and it had Tyreek Hill. The Philly kid had to get his Devonta Smith in there. So awesome stuff. Let's look at the best ball. If you go to best ball, it'll show you. I think it's probably. Is it live? Maybe it's results. No, it's live. It's best ball, NFL. Yeah, and then you go down here and it's weekly winners. So let's take a look at what won it last week. This always throws me off because it goes right to this week, even though the main slate hasn't started because it starts on Thursday night. So Markey. Wow. A Geno and Bryce Young combination. Didn't expect to see that. I'm guessing he had DK Metcalf. Sure did. So Geno, DK. And then this was a CeeDee Lamb. So this had CeeDee Lamb in the bring back. Nico Collins, 29 points. Had Laporta at tight end. Mixon, Connor, Rachaad White. So, yeah, if you drafted Geno this year, you've been disappointed in best ball. Probably was disappointed in weekly winners until this week. It only takes 1 week. So this is going to be Geno to DK as well. This one also had Nico Collins, Jamar Chase, Mike Evans. So smashed across the board at wide receiver. Taysom Hill at tight end. And then Kamara, Derrick Henry. The usual suspects. So that's what the top 3 is looking like. So pretty good stuff. Let's go ahead and do a live draft. Why not? We'll do the Battle Royale. So, I kind of wanted to do. I got the 1-1. Okay. That's going to be Christian McCaffrey for me. So think about some later stacks that I'm going to want to target because Josh Allen is not going to be there. It'd be very difficult to do that one. If you wanted Mahomes, Kelsey's going to be gone. So you got to think of another stacking partner you want there. So yeah, I'm liking where I'm going to pick though. We could take, we might have to reach a little bit for a stack and, basically take the players that we want back to back, but that's certainly okay. So I'm going to go through, after I pick, I'm going to kind of go through some of the plays that I like the most this week. So Josh Allen would be my top core play, at wide receiver or quarterback. I really like Josh Allen stack this week. I think he could run him by himself, but, Diggs be the primary stacking partner. Obviously, you can wait. You can get Gabe Davis. You can get Dalton Kincaid. Now, Knox coming back probably hurts him, but I'm wondering if the cat's not out of the bag with Kincaid. He's blossomed, and they realize that he brings a different element that Knox doesn't. So I'm hoping that Knox doesn't hurt his fantasy production. I'm going to play it that way. But, clearly Allen's going to be gone. So I went Christian McCaffrey, then I went Diggs and Mahomes and Kelsey. So, like I said, you probably weren't getting those guys. You go Christian McCaffrey, you're not going to get Allen. You're not going to get Mahomes. You're not going to get Kelsey or Diggs. So, but I think Christian McCaffrey is in the best spot on the slate. So I like Allen. I like Patrick Mahomes in that spot. I actually think Pacheco being out helps Mahomes fantasy-wise because I really think that they're going to be forced to throw the ball more. So, I like Rashee Rice a little more. I like Kelsey more. McKinnon's a guy that they've thrown to a lot in the past. So I could see McKinnon having a good game. So those would be the top two guys on the board for me. Now, love Kamara this week. He's a guy I think you can really target. If you miss out on Christian McCaffrey, I think he has the ability to finish as running back one on the slate going against Carolina. That's really a pass funnel or a run funnel. You can't really pass on them. So I think Kamara's in a fantastic spot. Now, Keenan Allen is in another good spot. He is going against Denver, but they move him inside and outside. He plays in the slot a lot. So, Patrick Surtain really doesn't shadow a whole lot. So I think Keenan Allen could really smash this week. And, his targets, he's been number one with targets, 132 targets on the year. He's third in yards. He's just been unreal. So there went Josh Allen. That's a game environment. The game total actually went up even. So it went up and then it went back down. It's now back to 48.5. But these two teams, they can certainly push the pace. We've seen them in shootouts before. Every now and then, even if a team has a good defense like KC does, things will happen and the game will get a little bit away. And then they'll be forced to throw, and it just kind of goes back and forth. So we've seen it a lot. We saw it a couple weeks ago with Buffalo and Philly. So Allen then went Justin Jefferson. Okay, I'm one pick away. Then went Amon-Ra and Bijan Robinson. So I just got sniped on DJ Moore. That was going to be my guy. I was going to go DJ Moore. It's going to be tough. You know what? I'm going to go a little bit off the wall. I'm going to take Jamar Chase, and I'm going to try to stack him with Browning. But I'm going to wait on that. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to do Pittman and Jamar Chase. So now we will have a Browning stack with a Pittman bring back. Most of the field is going to be playing Zach Moss. So what I'm going to do here is kind of leverage that a little bit by playing to that game being a back and forth passing affair and not one that's run on Zach Moss. So Chase, we saw him smash last week, and maybe it was a one game performance from Browning, but what we saw was Chase get like 11 plus targets and him smash and Browning be able to support him. So I like that. And, Jamar, and then Pittman on the other side has just had an unreal target share this year. He's 31% target share, but averaging like 13 targets. So he's Minshew looks to him a lot. So I really like it. So after I went Chase and Pittman, we had Laporta, Cole Kmet, Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans, and I'm 6 picks away. So I'm going to go back to some of the other quarterbacks that I like. Another couple quarterbacks that I wanted to target, and I would, if I didn't get sniped on DJ Moore, I would have taken him and then came back and got Justin Fields. I love Fields in the spot. He's produced really well. He's got like 3 games in the past year of 100 plus yards rushing, like 110, 120. rushing yards against Detroit. So I like both of the quarterbacks in that game. I think Jared Goff is going to be a little bit overlooked because of the running backs and because the last time he played Chicago, he threw 3 picks. But, it's kind of out of the ordinary for him. He is favored. They have pretty decent team total. So I like Jared Goff as well in that spot. But I would prefer Justin Fields. All right, so 4-way. There went Zach Moss and Jacobs. Fields might actually still be there. Another thing I could do too is I can grab George Kittle and Brock Purdy, but since I have Christian McCaffrey, I'm probably not going to do that. Otherwise, I think I would probably be inclined to. If Fields is there, I think I'm going to take Fields, and I'm going to stack him with Cole Kmet. So, and there went Justin Fields. That's how these things go. So, Hawkinson, then Fields. Lamar Jackson. I did not expect him to be on the board. I like Lamar. You could potentially stack him with Isaiah Likely. You could stack him with Zay Flowers. I could do like a Kyren Williams bring back. Kyren Williams is he's still there. I might do this. If Kyron's still there, I might just snag Lamar and Kyren right here. There we go. On the clock. That's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to take, let's see. Yeah, and then I still need a tight end. So I'm going to take Kyren there, and then I'm going to take Lamar, and then I'm going to come back around, and I'm going to get Isaiah Likely. So it will be Lamar, Christian McCaffrey, Kyren Williams, Jamar Chase, Michael Pittman, and potentially Isaiah Likely as I need a tight end. So Lamar was another guy that I like just because the thing with Los Angeles is they've been playing a lot better. When they have all their pieces, when they have Kupp on the fields and they have Kyren Williams and Stafford and Puka Nacua. So I really think they could potentially push the pace a little bit more, just enough to make Baltimore throw the ball and Lamar to do his thing. That's when we really like Lamar. Another reason I like Lamar is because we know the ceiling that he has. And I think, the field isn't really going to be on him too much this week. So after I took Lamar, I went Stroud, Adams, Metcalf, George Kittle, and then I'm 6 picks away. So pretty sure I'm forced to take a tight end here. Yeah, I'm the last pick of the draft. So, yeah, tight end. But yeah, in addition to that, it's going to be, for me, the other guy that I think is worthy of playing is Brock Purdy at quarterback. I like Brock Purdy in the spot. I really hope Isaiah Likely isn't taken, but if he is, oh well. Because now we're having a run on tight ends. If he's taken, it is what it is. And I just hope that Lamar has one of those 2 rushing touchdowns, 60, 70 yards type days, and then it doesn't matter. But I think Brock Purdy's a guy that you could stack with Debo or with Ayuk or with George Kittle. They have the highest team total on the slate, 28 points. And, the path to Christian McCaffrey failing, going at the 1.1 is certainly Brock Purdy getting all the touchdowns. So I like Brock Purdy. Going on to the running backs, Christian McCaffrey is the top end play for me. Alvin Kamara would be shortly behind him. I think it's just a smash spot for Christian McCaffrey. as well as Alvin Kamara going into Carolina. That's, more of a run funnel. So looks like it went Kincaid, Olave, Purdy, and Mixon. And then we're 2 picks away. Zach Moss, I think, is actually in a really good spot this week. So even though he kind of failed everyone last week, I think if you just kind of go right back to him in this spot, this is actually the matchup that you want to play him. So Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Montgomery, it ended up working out. We can go ahead and get the stack complete, get my tight end, Isaiah Likely, and that's the end of that draft. So did it not draft him? It better have drafted Isaiah Likely because I hit draft. But anyways, so yeah, Zach Moss is actually in a good spot this week. So, I really do like him. Carolina or Cincinnati is a team that you could certainly run on. He got like 7 carries inside the 10-yard line. So I think this is actually the week for him to smash. Bijan Robinson, pretty good week against Tampa Bay. Their run defense isn't nearly as good, hasn't been that good over the past 5 weeks, and he's been seeing 20-plus touches every week. So I like him as well. One guy that I think you could swing on late is Austin Eckler. He has, had a bad year, but he's going against a Denver run team that has been poor. Our run defense has been poor against the run, and a lot of field's going to be on Keenan Allen. So I think that would be a good direct leverage play. And wide receivers, Keenan Allen is one of the top guys. Justin Jefferson is back. I love him this week. Most of the field is going to be scared to play Justin Jefferson, but that's not going to be me. So I think this is the spot that you play him, before the field gets back onto him. It was a hamstring injury. I think he could have played last week, but they wanted to give him an extra week. So he's a guy you could probably get a little later than you'd think, most weeks anyways. Stephon Diggs, I love him in Josh Allen stacks or, bring back him a home stacks. So I think actually Knox coming back helps him. He did much better when they were playing 2 tight end sets. I like both Amon-Ra and DJ Moore in that Detroit and Chicago game. I think that's a game that you certainly should be looking to get pieces of. And I love those guys. Like I said, just pick Jamar Chase. Browning can support him. He's a guy I'm going to play. Mike Evans is a guy that I think that's kind of in play every week, even as a one-off. He's had a lot of volume this year, actually. He's a 26% target share. So, I think he's certainly play. Pittman, I drafted him. We talked about Pittman. Both Ayuk and Debo. You never know when it's going to be Ayuk's week, when it's going to be Debo's week. So I think you kind of just play both of these guys a little bit, as this is a good game environment. So in Purdy stacks or just even as a one-off, the upside is there. So that's pretty much it. Some value guys that are getting a lot of targets or enter in decent matchups. Garrett Wilson, Rashee Rice, Drake London. These are guys you can definitely get quite a bit later. And, and then at tight end, it's kind of the usual suspects. I like Travis Kelce in that good game environment. Obviously, you saw he went early. Laporta, he smashed. He smashed last week. Loved him last week. He's a guy that he's going to get 8 to 10 targets. So you can definitely play him and know that he could end up as the tight end 1. And when he does, you want to have him. TJ Hawkinson, return of Justin Jefferson. People will probably be scared. Certainly he could still get a lot of targets. He has that upside. Cole Kmet is a guy that I really like. He has done well against Detroit. It's been a couple games, but he's done well against them in the past. And he's going to get about 7 to 9 targets with Fields per game. So that's a good game environment that we want. And then, a couple of the late guys, obviously Likely, David Njoku. He's been getting a lot of targets. He had a lot of plays called back last week. Should have done much better. And then Brevin Jordan with Dalton Schultz out again. So, those are some of the guys that I'm looking to target this week. I appreciate you joining me for this drafters review and week 14 live draft on Underdog and just the daily strategy. So that's going to wrap it up. I will be back next week. Got a lot of content coming your way, but more NFL content as far as DraftKings. Also, we have more daily drafts. So we will see you next week.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to smash that like button and subscribe. You know you don't want to miss what's coming next. We really appreciate it. And we'll catch you in the next episode right here on the Fantasy Fling DFS channel.